It's the last draft of the season. I think they did. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the last draft of the season. We are 2025 Queens Ransom live. This is our draft, and then we will lead in next week with all of the fantasy football information that you need to get by in your leagues. Also, maybe some storytelling about how the league is going this year, because we've got some bad ladies in here. So I want to go ahead and start introducing. I'm going to start with my ladies on camera first, and then everybody that's like waiting, we'll bring you guys in. Tasha, why don't you tell us who you are and where you're from and what's going on?
Hi, I'm Tasha. I've known Amber for about 1.5 years, and I know her through Football is Sexy. And I work with Football is Sexy. I'm doing draft fantasy since I was in college with all dudes. So I'm so happy to be part of a girls' league. So, yeah.
All right. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us again. I really need to jump real quick to our champion because I didn't even get a chance to see that our last year's champ, our boy mom V on Instagram, she took over, started as just a fan, jumped in, and then took us all down. Vanessa, how are you? Oh, you're muted, girl. You're muted.
I said I didn't. That was all Baker Mayfield's fault. Yeah, I blame him. Sorry, guys, girls, ladies.
No, you're an absolute champ. I think you were pregnant and having a child during the draft or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was born August 27th.
Yeah, and then we drafted, I think, on September 4th. So here we are. So we've got some people in the chat real quick, and then we're going to introduce somebody new to the league. So Touchdowns and Tight Ends, they're in the league with us, guys. They've been with us since the very beginning. She'll be jumping on as well. Again, we've got some major, massive, just busy, multitasking women, moms, wives, leaders. I mean, we're all here. So we have Greinberg in the chat. Thank you. He's pumped for this draft. We're gonna get it started in just in a second because we got to get this rolling. All right, it's late. And then Janae, that's Schmoopy in our league. You'll see her as we get through the draft. Hey, lovely lady. So I want to introduce Lauren. I want you to introduce yourself. I met you at the Fantasy Sports and Gaming Conference, FSGA. I met you. We hung out at we did a panel together at the expo. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we can get this draft rolling.
Well, it's been great knowing you, Amber. Really so glad that we met this year. I manage social media over at RotoWire, and I do, some football, baseball, and golf content as well. Golf is maybe one of my favorites, but really, really excited for football season to start here, and go Eagles. So, taking it off.
Oh, taking the champion. All right. So I'm going to bring in, what I'm going to do is I'll share our screen, and then I'm going to bring in our ladies that are not on camera, let them have an opportunity to speak. Cause it looks like it's me and Stephanie, our first and second, which I'm not a fan of, like this year. I feel like just, you guys let me know. I'm having some technical difficulties. I'm a little rusty. All right, kids. So, I'm wondering how you guys feel about drafting early this year. I don't love it. Anybody have any thoughts on drafting in the 1, 2, 3 slot?
I haven't done it much this year, actually, so I've been getting a lot of the middle picks.
I've been getting like 7, 8, 9, 10. I think this is my farthest one back.
That's the sweet spot. All right. So Gina is in the chat. What's up, ladies? Let's effing go. Trying not to swear. My favorite thing to do. It's like my favorite pastime. All right. So then we have Albert. Okay. So Albert, we got to give props to. He's been with us since the beginning. FFN before FSAN existed. So, and yes, Greinberg, thank you. We are a sharp group. All right. Let's rock and roll. Are you guys ready to draft?
Yeah, I'm going to stay muted, guys, because my household is like crazy.
Okay, no, that's perfect.
So sometimes I forget I'm still on mute, but yeah.
That's okay. I'll let you know if you are here. This is the best time of year to be on the show because we are just doing what we need to do. So It's not a big deal. And everybody, you know, we're here to talk ball, but we're here to have a good time. So, all right, ladies, let's get this draft rolling.
Yes, let's go.
All right. So we're going to do 2-minute picks just so we have an opportunity to kind of talk about it. Obviously, my biggest thing, I don't know how you guys feel, is not talking about a draft pick until they're picked. Do you guys feel the same way?
Whatever you want to do, girl. I'm here.
I just, you know, it's kind of like house rules, but like, you know, there's sometimes you're in a draft, right? And then some people are, oh, it's my turn already. Well, okay, girl. All right. Well, you know, it's funny because I don't even have the I've got to build up my computer.
You don't even have your queue set up, Amber?
No, I don't set up a queue ever, by the way. Just a little known fact about Amber. I've never set up a queue in all the years I've been playing.
Yeah.
Even when I feel like I'm going to miss a pick, I still don't set a queue.
I'm kind of superstitious. I feel like the more I like look at a player's name, like the less likely that player falls to me. So
you guys are going to think I'm crazy. Oh, yeah, you're going to think I'm crazy for this, but I'm going to go ahead and do this.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. Very controversial.
Yes.
I mean, it's not that bad. So what did you say about setting a queue, Lauren?
I mean, I just get superstitious. Sometimes I feel like if I am looking at a player's name before it's my turn, like that player is suddenly gone. If I don't look, maybe he'll still be there.
Yeah, it could be like you're jinxing yourself.
Exactly. Well, it's a good time to ask too. Is this PPR standard? I mean, I guess I should have checked, but whoops.
So it is PPR standard. There is a slight advantage. It's literally half a point per rush for rushing. I wanted to keep it as standard as possible, but you know, when we get in these smash button leagues,
say no more.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's hard to keep it general, right? So yeah, we are, you guys, it's 12-man standard PPR, 12-woman, if you will. And we're trying to keep it single QB. We really just wanted just a regular league just to see this group of these women who's the best of the best, right? So and then I wanted to bring in, so I have a SMS on the side, which is kind of funny. So I think we have Stephanie, we have Ashley, which is Smashly is her name on Instagram as well as here, and then Madi, who is they're in the video, but I don't know if they're talking. And then I see that my friend Madi. So I will tell you,
I got muted. Sorry, I was talking, and I totally thought like I was talking, and I was muted. Hi, guys.
No,
I'm here.
Hi. How are you? How are you? I know you're coming up. You're not quite yet. So I just want to make sure you're not on auto draft, Madi.
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see here. Oh,
so she's new to Sleeper, guys.
I am new to Sleeper. This is my first year. Super excited. Super stoked. I'm just gonna wing it. I love football. I've always loved football. So I'm just gonna wing it, guys. Just gonna put it there.
Love it.
Love it so much.
It's okay. That's what I did last year and the year before.
Okay, good. So that's the feedback I've been getting, is just kind of like wing it the first year and then it goes on.
And then you can't really plan because you obviously don't know who's going to pick what. So it's like you just go with it.
Yeah. I'm a wing it kind of person in general. I think that's how I've navigated through life. It's had its ups and its downs. So, hey, I'm just rolling with the punches.
So I wanted to bring in, I know we have veterans here, right? So Madi, I'll let you pay attention to your pick, but we have some veterans here now. So Tasha and Lauren, how do you guys feel about, how did you get thrown into it? Either one of you is fine. And then how did you get thrown into it? And then how did you pivot during a draft? Like your first fast draft, like, you know, I mean, 2 minutes is a little long, but everybody's moving quickly. So.
Oh, you mean
my first draft was like my husband's family, and I felt like a little overwhelmed. My husband was definitely there. Like, I was like, okay, who should I pick? You know, in the beginning, but I was just like obsessed instantly with reading the player updates, like like the ones that are on the apps as you're drafting. And so I was like absorbing everything like so fast, and just I fell in love right away. So just never looked back.
That's pretty much how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Like, Tasha, how about you?
All my friends in high school were guys, so they would do a draft, and I used to play a lot of video games, a lot of, Call of Duty and Halo, and so they're like, oh, we need someone, you should just do it, and they all knew that I was really big into football, and I worked at a sports bar and loved it, so I just joined, and this is like back when like you couldn't like set up your lineup, or like if somebody got injured, you could just like really quick switch it on your phone and still do other things. It was very much like, I don't know. There was a lot of mistakes. I'm like, wait, this guy didn't even play, and I didn't even really know because I work a double at the, Sundays was our busy day. So like there was a lot of mistakes I definitely made. Not being able to like, it's just like a spray and pray, hope it just works out.
Yeah, that's kind of how it went for me. I spoke a little bit on it at the Fantasy Football Expo on the panel. They're like, how'd you get involved in fantasy football? And I was like, I started online, don't get me wrong, but when you do your first like live draft in person, it's really intimidating depending on who you're drafting with. And just in general, because you don't necessarily have something to follow, right? You don't have the phone, you don't have the digital wherewithal to be able to follow it. So whenever people are doing drafts that are just kind of off the wall, you're like, how are you doing this without information in front of you? Like just a piece of paper, but people have been doing that for years and years and years. So yeah, it was very much the same for me. I was like, I don't know who to, like, I got to like round 10 and I was like, I don't even know what direction to head at this point, but
that's actually a really good point because like my husband, he didn't come into fantasy football until later after he met me, and he's got like oh my gosh, like a cheat sheet with how much to spend on each player, and he's got like multiple things. And I think I've just gotten used to that old school way of you just like you're in the moment, and if you don't know it, you just don't know, and it is what it is. So I try to just live in the moment of the draft.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. You get to a point where you get comfortable with it. Your first year is always a little tough. So Vanessa, now that you're becoming a veteran and a champion, you're already a champion. How do you feel about drafting now? You feel more comfortable?
Yeah, I feel way more comfortable. At the beginning, it was like, well, first let me tell you how I even got into the Queen's Ransom, right? So I hashtag all women's fantasy football, and then your account came on, and then I was told my husband like, oh hey, I reached out. I think I'm gonna join their league because like where I live, it's not really like girls aren't really into football that much, and it's like not that it's like frowned upon, but you don't really click with any girls that really talk about football or stuff like that. And so I always felt kind of alone in like liking sports and stuff. So anyways, long story short, then you guys have like these YouTube lives, and my husband's like, what did you get yourself into? And I'm like, right, I don't know. I thought it was just like an all women's league, and they have like all these, Can you guys hear me?
I love that you went year 1 and year 2. You were like, maybe I'll jump on or whatever, or you were like having a child, and then now you're like, I'm here, and you showed up. So look, that's what it takes, ladies. I just want to put it out there to the world, like, just get started. Like Madi just jumped in. She's getting started. I've got some other women that I'm kind of like guiding through. Like I'm not telling them who to pick, but I'm just guiding them through the process. And it's just like, just get started and have a good time, and don't be nervous about it. It's just, everybody is welcome, and that's kind of what it is. So
so like when I found this league, it was pretty awesome because it's all women, and it's just like a little community, I guess. I'm still not an expert by any means, but it's been fun. So thank you for inviting me back.
I appreciate you. Well, girl, we can't not invite the champion. Sorry.
She's like, I'm not an expert, but I did win.
But I took everybody down. I was like, okay.
No, you could have been like, this girl never participates, and she's always like just with her kids, and so I just felt bad because I was never on.
That's how most of us are. It's just everybody's busy. So I appreciate anybody coming on at this point. So I'm gonna let Ashley make her pick and then jump in on her, and then Vanessa, it's your pick next. So I'll give you a second. Okay. But I'm gonna jump in the chat real quick. I got my aunt Fran Groves. That is my TT. She's here. I had gotta invite the fan bam, right?
Oh, Aunt Fran.
So now we'll get into some football real quick. We've got Corey. So Corey's talking about that's risky with CMC with Rachel, but I think for me personally, McCaffrey at the 9 is with a little bit of high, like there's some upside to running backs in this league, right? With 2 flex as well. I think that's not a terrible place for him to land, is at the 9. I mean, it's risky. It's high risk, high reward, right? Does anybody have any thoughts on that?
You know how I feel about CMC. I did take him in my last league, which was an auction draft, only because I feel like I got him for a good price. But in a snake first round, I probably wouldn't have taken Christian McCaffrey just because we haven't seen him really have a healthy season last year, and his injury is something that could be reoccurring. And, I feel like he has got a lot going on in his personal life, the new clothing line, new baby, he's got all the things going on. And I'm, a little nervous, but I'm hoping for the best. But if not, we're not allowed to talk about future players. Just kidding. I'm gonna.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I know it's rough. It's hard not to bring up who you would draft instead if they haven't been drafted and or whatever the situation is. But here's the one thing women will do, and I'll tell you this: we are going to tell you what's going on outside in the outside world with that player, because we're going to pay attention to that, because the offside, off season, offsides, all of that is very much important in the game. Who you are as a person outside of the game is very much important in the game. So we will tell you, that's for sure. All right. So Ashley, are you there or did she leave? Oh, she left us, huh? All right, Stephanie.
I'm gonna be leaving. Sorry, guys.
No, that's okay.
But
Thank you for
wanted to say hi.
Hey, I'm grateful to see your face, and she's gonna be able to show off her wonderful championship prize here shortly. It should be to the house. It should have been there already, but look.
Okay, it's okay. Okay. Bye, ladies.
All right, talk to you later, babe.
Bye.
All right, it's on me. Let's see. All right, I like the way this is going thus far. So it's kind of a mixed bag. I don't know. I'm a little I'm obviously HM was going to go in the first round, but I'm a little concerned about him re-injuring himself or aggravating current injuries. So I was just thinking about that. All right, what direction do I want to go?
Yeah, the Dolphins in general are scary for sure. But I mean, there's a lot of potential. It's risky.
Oh, I gotta make a choice, guys. You know what? I'm gonna go with Chase Brown. I know that it's one of those situations where it's his backfield, it belongs to him. I'm still feeling a little curious about how that's going to play out, because I don't know if he's going to be able to have the same season, but
they have a tough schedule.
Both took running back.
I know, I was about to say, we're so Sandberg. I hardly ever do that, but there's so many receivers taken already. I'm like, I'm getting another running back. I'm going for it.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that thing though where you change it up, where you're like, you draft one league and you're like, all right, well, and here's the deal. I think in the article that Lauren just recently wrote, where she got some quotes from us, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Remind me of the title.
A Girl's Guide to Fantasy Football.
A Girl's Guide to Fantasy Football. So we got some big girls in there, right? We got Kendall Valenzuela, Lindsay Rhodes. We got Lisa Loza. Yeah, Liz Loza. And then I'm in there, which I'm like, how did I get in here with these ladies? Thanks, Lauren. But okay. So so listening to you, start with a plan and then be ready to abandon it quickly.
Yeah, you gotta be flexible.
It's like a vacation.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta go with the flow. You can have any itinerary you want, right? But you're not gonna stick to it if it's raining and you're supposed to go skydiving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then if you stick too much to it, or if you have it's gotta be this way, and then you let it ruin the whole fun of it when it doesn't go that way.
Yeah.
That's why I don't Amber, you said about making can't get I'm gonna get this person, and especially when you're doing auction drafts, because you'll end up spending way too much money because you're I have to have my quarterback or a certain wide receiver. You're spending $100 on Jamar Chase. It's doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I'll be honest, I've never done an auction draft. I am heading in the direction of, obviously it's time to get one of those started. But I'm a risky spender, and I don't know if I'm going to be capable of doing that in a good way. I don't know. Real quick, I'm gonna jump back in the chat real quick. So, Fantasy Shot Callers, that is a group of my favorite people. We got Fantasy Flojo, Ben, Chef Ben Dunna, and 7 o'clock. If you guys haven't seen any of their expo content or any of their just regular content in general, they're on Instagram, coming out with great stuff every week. But he says I'm about to rake, and then he says, "Sorry, ladies, best friend bias here." Thank you, I appreciate that. I still don't know how I feel about drafting another league. I love this league the most, but the last one's always like, am I gonna do all right? We don't know. All right, so then we got Ashley in the chat. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to bring you on. I don't know if your mic was working or wasn't, but Ashley is new to the league here, so she had to leave the stream, but she's happy to be in. I'm excited to have her. All right, we got Alan. Alan, I met in South Carolina. Dope dude, knows ball really, really well, and he's one of the biggest supporters of FIS and the network now. So,
Hi.
so yeah. And then real quick, you guys. So if you guys haven't seen the ticker up top, we've got Queens 20. That's a special live draft discount for our merch shop, FSAN.shop. Please head to the shop, check it out. We've got some great stuff for ladies there. We've got really funny gear for individual teams. We've got some really funny gear for commissioners for drafting. I mean, we're everything that you need. If you need a mouse pad, we got one of those, right? I mean, we've got everything you need. So go check it out. Queens 20, only for tonight. It ends at midnight. And you won't be disappointed. I mean, the graphics are hilarious.
They are. I need to get the one that says your mom's in my fantasy.
And then
I like that.
Yeah, underneath it says football league underneath. So very, very
oh, does
simple.
it? I just know that part. I'm like, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even realize you were still here. I didn't even. I was like, is her mic on?
Me? Yeah. Yeah.
Little old you, girl.
Little old me. I'm just here in the background, just listening, soaking it all up.
Good. I love it. I love it. We're going to jump into, let me keep going. We got the chats rolling, guys. What's up? I did literally text everyone right before we came on, so that's funny. All right, so we've got Alan.
Off the board. Woo woo.
Who's off the board? First PB.
Oh my gosh.
And to
Who's off the
He's
board?
a tight end. Really?
Oh.
Guy.
All right.
AJ Brown is the most.
Allen, so very different.
Yeah. It is very different. I'm excited to see it, actually. We had Tasha knows we've had a Lamar Josh Allen debates over the last week. So
oh,
I'm bitter. I'm so bitter.
She and I are on the same page. It's someone else that isn't. It's okay.
Well, only time will tell, my friends.
All right, so let's go in. Philly Mike, what's up?
Ooh, go Birds.
Go Birds. T. Higgins, a Kansas City Chief.
What? Excuse me?
It said just posted. Wait a second. I didn't get this information.
Nope.
Hold on.
I don't see it.
Do we have breaking news? Are you trolling us?
I don't like that.
What's breaking news?
He said T. Higgins is a Chief. That's not a thing. He just signed a whole contract. Why are you trolling us?
Nope. Nope.
That's not a thing. I don't even know why I looked. Look. Made you look.
Bye. Bad Birds fan.
Bad Birds fan. Yeah. No, we're good. I was like, what? All right.
Well, anyway. But anyway.
And then let's see. We've got Alan back. Great women talking ball. Yes, we do need to talk a little more ball. I've kind of just been rolling through the punches here on us. Just shooting the shit out over here. That's okay though. All right. Shout out to all my ball knowers in the chat and on the stream. Joe Frick. This is what we'll call my work husband. He is one of my favorite people. We had a ball at the expo. He keeps everybody light, and he's really, really good at karaoke. Like obscenely good. Like I don't know
what his song is.
I missed that night. I'm sad. Sounds like it was a lot of fun.
I didn't go last year because it was too much, and then I'm so glad I went this year because it's literally the best event.
I have to plan around it next year for sure. It seems
absolutely. And then let's see what we got. Tootsie Pop, Rachel, what's up, girl?
Hey, Rachel, I'm in another draft with you right now.
Are you guys still drafting best ball or?
Oh, it's my turn. I don't even know. I hope it's best ball.
Just kidding.
If not, I don't think I don't know what I'm going to do at this point. I'm in too many leagues, guys.
Nope, it's all bad. All right, so let me ask you this, ladies: Are we doing spreadsheets? Or are we just gonna wing it?
Like for in-season management or what?
Yeah.
Well, RotoWire has a really handy like My Leagues feature where it like literally has all of your leagues in one spot and like will tell you who's available and all this great stuff. So I'm definitely going to be using that.
Nicole, sorry, I just missed. I didn't realize that she was here. Hold on, let me move. Can you hear us? Okay.
I can hear you guys. What's going on?
How are you? So you guys, this is Nicole, one half of Touchdowns and Tight Ends, which I love the TNT. That's hilarious. We're gonna
my quarterback.
I thought you were talking saying I should have, or I don't know what I heard. I heard someone say like, oh, before a tight end. And I was like, I know I'm changing it up this year. So I'm in another league and I've never, ever, ever, I've been playing fantasy for, I don't know, a long time, but I've never picked a quarterback first. And I picked a quarterback in the first round and it was actually Josh Allen. I heard you guys talking about the debate between Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. And so we'll see how it goes. I've got Allen in one and Jackson here. But with Henry, I wanted to have the quarterback. So we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah.
I wanted McConkey this time.
I mean, Henry's the reason that I think that that Lamar didn't become the MVP, but because he had those, he had all those rushing touchdowns. Lamar didn't have to run as many.
Yeah, they were definitely trying to protect him, protect that contract. I think that was really important for them, as well as like you don't bring on. I call Derrick Henry, and all of my FSAN boys know he is Skynet. He is the Terminator, meaning that he takes care of himself so well that like he's indestructible at this point. Like, what did he say? It was like $250,000 a year that he invests in his body. So Skynet.
He still makes me nervous though. So I mean. Yeah, he's been around a while.
Yeah.
But the whole Jackson Allen thing, there's all this talk about Jaden Daniels. And I'm interested to see how he's going to do. I know people that have picked him first and I can't get on board with that, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, he's like top 4, like with tiers of quarterbacks for a lot of people, right? It's like, he's number 4 at least. And then it goes down to Joe Burrow later. It's like, I don't know. I mean, nothing ever really pans out how everyone thinks in the beginning. So I'm so curious to see.
I mean, at the end of the day, it all comes back to like, we can look at numbers and stats all day. We can look at schemes. We can look at coaching. We can look at all of that information. And we end up in a place of like, everybody's just really guessing at the end of the day. And I always and will stand on that. And, you can run through the numbers as much as you want, but you can't account for an Achilles snapping. You can't account for you running on the field and your knee gives out. Like you can't, like those are the things, right? And so ultimately, like a bad hit is a bad hit. I get out of bed and I got a bad hit, right? So it's like we're in this place of we'll never actually know, and you have to go with your guys. And I think that's another one of the tips where it's like go with your I think my line was don't get cute, right? Where it's like you drafted who you drafted because you wanted to. You don't necessarily love your draft sometimes. Like I had a draft the other day I'm not really excited about. But I got to go with who I've got. And, I can make some trades and make some magic happen. And that's where the magic of fantasy football exists. You trade and you hit that waiver wire hard. Right. And so like, also don't go to the waiver wire like, oh my God, I just got to get rid of this player because he did bad. Like, don't do that either, immediately.
That's just it. Like you don't know what's going to happen. I had CMC last year.
I was just going to talk about that.
And to me personally, I wouldn't draft him again. Not to say that he's not going to have a stellar year this year, but for me, because of that hurt, that burned me. So I'm like, no, not picking him again. But you never know. I mean, I could have Jackson out first week, Yeah.
No, it's true because last year I feel like there was a lot of uncertainty and all the analysts and everything you hear is, no, he's going to be fine. And everyone said you still take in Christian McCaffrey first. And I was like, I don't know. Something just don't feel right with this. And I ended up taking Saquon first. And even Amber thought I was crazy to take Saquon over Breece Hall. And I was like, I don't know. I just have a feeling. I'm just watching Hard Knocks. There's just something there. And then this year, Christian McCaffrey, it's the same to me. And then they bring, they go and they trade for Brian Robinson Jr. And I'm like, what's up? And then like the clothing line's coming out and I'm like, what's going on? And I'm a little nervous about Christian McCaffrey again, because why are 2 weeks before you trading for Brian Robinson Jr.? What is
That's
that
very
about?
sus. Very sus.
Very sus. Very.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump in real quick. We got Alan. He's like, you know what? Thank you for the reminder, Alan. He's very smart. You guys, if you guys haven't hit that like and subscribe, please hit the like on the video because we're awesome. And then also hit the subscribe for the channel because we have shows every single day of the week. You can catch Operation Domination on Thursdays. You can catch FFCK, which is Fantasy Football with Kyle and Corey, on Tuesdays. We've got From the Forum on Fridays. I mean, Sunday, Spilled Coffee starts up. I'm super excited because that's our start-sit show on Sunday mornings. And I'm stoked to get back into that because you just come in. However my Saturday night went or how my Sunday morning waking up goes is how I show up to that show. And it's honestly a really good time. Scotty, our host of that show, is probably one of the most ridiculous humans that we have that's a part of this network. So you guys got to come check us out. That'll be 11 Central, 12 Eastern, obviously 1 hour before game time. So all your start-sit questions will be answered up until the minute, which is probably another reason why I did really bad last year. So so thank you, Alan, for that. My man's in the chat, guys. So proud of you. Keep grinding, ladies. Yes.
Love it.
Oh, I like another king in the house. Chivalry King. It says, should I drop Colston Loveland for Jaden Reed? George Kittle is his starting tight end, so I don't feel like I need Loveland. Anybody who's not currently about to pick, if you guys want to jump in on that. Lauren, do you have any thoughts on that? Or
I don't know. Jaden Reed is a little bit. From what I've understood, is maybe not as quite the guy as much as we maybe were thinking originally. I don't know if I would necessarily drop Colston Loveland for him. I love Kittle, so I guess if you don't really want to back up tight end, then I guess you're good. Maybe you can get someone a little lower on the list. I don't know, what do you guys think?
Okay, so Nicole, what do you think about that situation? I guess let me preface with this. Chivalry or Mr. King, whatever you want me to call you. Do you how many roster slots do you have? Like what's it, 12-man, 10-man? What are we working with? And how many flex positions? That's like we need
also,
to
I just drafted Kittle just for what it's worth, but I was already planning to do that.
What'd you say?
I just drafted Kittle for what it's worth since, we're chatting.
Well, I mean, he brought it up. I didn't. So it's like you didn't. None of us did. So it's okay. I just feel like I don't want to be like, oh, let's talk in depth about this player. And then all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, I forgot about him.
I love Kittle.
Nicole, what do you think off just reading this? Obviously, we have no context, but.
Yeah, without knowing what kind of league it is, how many men, all that. I don't know. I'm an advocate for having if you can have a pretty good backup for your tight end, I would hold on to that. Again, what we're just talking about, you never know what's going to happen. And I'm not sold on Reed yet either. I agree. Maybe go down the list a little bit, pick up somebody else.
Okay. Yeah. For me, Jaden Reed is working on he's got a Jones fracture in his foot. And so he's trying to play. So if he actually plays this week, there's a really, really high risk, high percentage of re-injury or just continuing the injury and making it worse. So I'm not dropping Colston Loveland yet. You drafted him again. Let us see what he can do. Let's see what Ben Johnson's doing with the Bears. Let's also see where Cole Kmet stands with the team. I don't think Colston's going to be used for the first couple of weeks. But Jaden, what happens is somebody could pick him up if he's not going to play right away, or even if he plays, he's not going to play a lot of snaps. So you're kind of just, I feel like it's a waste of a pick at this current point. So I would wait. That's how I feel.
Yeah, play it out a little bit.
Speaking of Jaden Daniels, Amber.
I had to do it. I was like, legs. I want legs. I got a lot of legs on my team, my legs are short and stocky, so I want to get some movement.
I love it.
So Joe says early tight end or early QB this year. I obviously answered that with my pick. So does anybody else have anything to say on that one?
Well, that depends again on the league, right? I mean, if it's super flex, I would say QB, obviously.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Definitely QB.
And I feel like there's been so many leagues I've been in this year randomly that have the extra points for tight end, receptions and stuff. So if it's standard or just PPR, I don't know.
Yeah, my last league it was an extra half a point for tight ends, and so it was an auction draft. So I actually ended up getting Kittle and Kelsey.
Ooh.
Both for pretty cheap, under what the average was, which I thought was surprising. I'm like, I don't think these guys read the rules.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't think they realized there was a bonus for tight ends. So I was like, all right, I'm all in on the tight ends.
I've been trying to wait on QB this year. It's hard. I mean, it depends. Like, I don't know. I like to mix it up. Like, I'm in enough leagues where I feel like I can do a little bit of both. But if I was only in one league, it's kind of hard to say, like, what my only strategy would be.
And like I said, it's going in with a plan. Then, like, is it going to work out? So I think for me, I think it all depends on, again, where your draft falls. And again, if you have multiple leagues, let's say you only have one or two. If you're just one of those people that has like an office league and a home league, because let's just talk to the average Joe, if you will, no pun intended, Joe. For me, I'm going to go with where the draft falls. And it all depends on who you're drafting with. So if it's a home or office league, usually there's a few people that aren't as good and they're not listening to as many amazing fantasy analysts as us. I'm on one today, guys. But no, so I think that it really boils down to what's in your gut and how are you feeling, and also where you're drafting from, which spot. So like for me, I'm gonna go with like best available. I hit the 4th round. I see Jaden Daniels. I hit the turn. I've got Terry McLaurin now, so I'm going along with the Nicole thing where I'm like, let me stack it up and see what happens. It's not really stacking is more important in best ball, I think, than it is in regular redraft, but it's still useful. It can't hurt. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is just watching what other people are doing too. I had one league where everyone started picking up quarterbacks, and that wasn't the way that I was gonna go. But what I was gonna be left with in the following round, I was like, I got to pick one up now.
Yeah, absolutely. So Dev is our wonderful. Can we just praise Dev for a second? I know you guys don't know him. Tasha knows of him. He is our graphics. He does our graphics and design. He hates compliments, so I'm going to compliment him and tell him thank you. So he's calling gorgeous George and Joe. He said, "Do not call me that in public." And then I do what I want. So we're having some. He said, "But you already know that." I love this. This is great.
So this is random, but I am in a league so I'm in 4 leagues, 2 of which I'm the only female, which happens often. But I had one league. It's a 10-person league. It's an ESPN league. It's not my favorite type of league, but the first round, first pick picks Joe Burrow. And I was really confused and really intrigued, and I was trying to figure out why someone would do that. Do you guys have any? Amber, seems like you maybe have something to say there.
I did it. So I did it. Shout out NFL Mike. I did a live draft with him with analysts. Actually, RotoWire was our sponsor, as well as Trophy Smack. So they sponsored that draft. So we went and did that in LA. And his team name is Steelers Boy. Drafted Joe Burrow at the 112. So he not first, but last of the first round. And then we had a confessional camera. If you guys haven't seen the videos, they're pretty funny. So we had a little confessional
I think I
camera.
did a league with him for the flowers thing.
Maybe.
And I think the same thing happened. I was like, but yeah, his name was Steelers Boy. I don't know. Corey in the chat can tell me. And I want to say the same thing happened. I'm like, isn't that like going against your team?
I can't explain it, and what I will say, I'll say it on this is, he said, I don't listen to what anybody has to say. I draft who I want. I've been doing this too long, and I said okay, and that's where we bring in. Thank you for drafting your style of fantasy football. Trademark coming on that one because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So, Joe, I love this. So they're going to go back and forth pretty much the whole show until they fall asleep, I think. Dev wear army pants and flip-flops. So he brought army pants and flip-flops.
That's funny because I'm a huge Ravens fan. I mean, if you haven't gotten it yet, I'm a huge Ravens fan. And one year I took Joe Burrow, I think it was 2 seasons ago. And it sucks because I, A, had to root for Joe Burrow, and 2, he sucked that year. And I was like, never again am I taking a quarterback in my own division. And I was like, that's my one rule. That's going to be my one rule. I'm not taking a quarterback in my own division. I don't care how good they are, because it's a lose-lose. I have to root for them, and if they suck, I have to regret that I picked them even though I had to root for them. It's
I
no
did.
way.
I feel like it's more of a hedge. You're hedging it because you're like, either way, either your team wins or your quarterback does well. So whatever.
I know.
For the most part.
It's not a fun spot to be in, so
Yeah, it's not fun.
but I did the Joe Burrow pick and I regretted it.
That was me making the Stewie meme, the crying meme last year. That was fun. Good times. So we've got Nathan Jump, unbiased opinion. I think I know that last name.
I don't know that person. JK, that's my husband.
Hey, look, can we just shout out to our men, our women, whoever you got out there? I'm just grateful for them all being here supporting us as they should be. But I'm just saying thank you. Appreciate you.
Hello, thank you. You appreciate it.
Joe says, bro needs his terrible towel taken away, to be honest. Yes, exactly. Steelers fans that are drafting Joe Burrow in the first round. Sad. Very sad. All right. Oh, so now we have a whole like telenovela happening right now. So Dev says that's his Tuesday night go to the bar outfit. So army pants and flip-flops. And I think we should do this for a draft one night, maybe. With like a beard. If you see, his beard is very large.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I don't know if you're in.
Whatever you. I'm down. Sign me up. Tell me where to sign. I'll do it.
So we need
My son is going to troll me in the chat. I'm just going to let you know a 13-year-old is about to join the chat.
Let's go.
Not cursing at all, honestly.
Bro.
So I think we're doing well.
All right. So Nicole. Okay. So I was gonna. And when you come back, Nicole.
He's a huge Trevor Lawrence fan. So that's
wow. That's so stupid.
What is Trevor Lawrence, Maddie? Are you?
Oh no, sorry. I'm looking at my own stuff. I am so sorry. I did not realize I was unmuted, guys. No offense to your guys' comment. I was definitely looking at my own choices. Like that was not a good one.
You know what though? You know, and again, your first time, it's okay. Don't feel embarrassed. It's all right. This is what we do, and you're gonna make some moves after, and hopefully we got some ladies in here that are actually moving and grooving on trades.
Right.
Ooh,
we'll be all right. So, do you want me to mute you?
No, that's fine. No, we're good now. We're good. I'm a Virgo. Overanalyzing the pick at the last minute, spur of the moment, things that should have been said in my head came out of my mouth. Sorry.
That's all right. So, Maddie and I, by the way, you guys have been friends since we were, what were we, 12?
Just about, yes.
Just about 12. We've been friends since we were 12. She goes, I think I'm ready. And I said, girl, you were born ready.
What? Okay, that's so exciting, actually. I love that. I'm still working on
Virgo friend.
So, okay. Good to know there's still hope.
Yes.
What I wanted to do, so Corey said, shout out tight ends, touchdowns and tight ends. Like I said, they've been rolling with us since the beginning. Nicole, I want to bring you up real quick because I want you didn't get a chance to like, you guys, I don't know how often you're doing shows, but I know you guys do some like 49er Chargers, like just talk football on your own YouTube. Do you want to talk about that real fast?
Yeah. So also just to toot my own horn, I think we won the first year of Queen Ransom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is the third year we played.
I think this is your fourth
year. Yeah. So Ashley, unfortunately, she couldn't make it. She is my veteran other half. She's a 49ers fan. So during COVID, her and I were talking about football and we're like, there's so many times, it's so often that you go and you talk about football and mostly it's guys, right? It was kind of like the girl that was on earlier. She was saying she felt alone. She didn't have any friends that liked football. So we were like, let's make a safe space, whatever, talk about football. It did not turn out to be girls. It's mostly guys. And it's like the same few that join every week. It's not a big pod at all. It's just us talking about the season, talking about certain games, our favorite players. And we've gotten pretty active on TikTok, which has been fun. So we're still, we work full time. I just had a baby, so I have a 10-week-old. So that's taking up some time. And she's got a 12-year-old daughter. So we are still trying to figure it out, as busy as we are. But yeah, appreciate you, Amber, always including us. I know that you talked about football is sexy. Ashley actually went out to Vegas to meet
Monica.
To meet Monica for the 49ers pre-party. So that was cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited because I didn't even get a chance to be like, hey, I did say something, but again, in the middle of all of the chaos of everything that's going on over there, I was like, all right, we need to have a full conversation about this because we have some other cool stuff coming up as well. well, Tasha's in the middle of a draft, or in her pick, so I know she's really thinking. But yeah, if you guys haven't,
I don't know.
if you guys haven't followed touchdowns and tight ends on Instagram or Football Chick Chat, or I don't know, Lauren, do you want to go like with Twitter or do you want to go with IG? Is IG more personal? What's your deal? Like, what do you feel about your handles?
For me, I'm on Jump Sports Talk on X. I mean, yeah, my Instagram is pretty personal still right now. I mean, historically, it's just been like mostly my kids. So I don't know. Maybe that needs to change, or maybe I need to make a new one at some point. But I'm all over X, so I think it's a fun place for sports content.
It really is. That's the one thing I think, going from the Instagram world, which is where I met everybody like that originated in this league, right? Vanessa, and then Ashley, Nicole, and so that's where I met everybody, and that's where we started, and that's where we were like starting our content plus YouTube, right? So now we move over. I learned that the Twitter world is obviously where sports like exists, right? That's just it's home base. And it's still really hard to get in the groove when you're so used to doing one thing in one place and then moving your way over. So we're all transitioning over to the place where it's already been, versus I'm trying to get everybody over to Instagram.
I mean, hey, I'm down to be everywhere. So if you tell me I need to make a new account, I'll do it.
I mean, girl, and you know how to build it. Look, yeah, so real quick, I've been waiting on this one, Mike. So NFL Mike's Corner, bolt up. Whoa. You can follow all the in-season content of our goofy draft. Like, I did really well in the first like 7 rounds, and then I just kind of fell off, but that's all right. I think that one's going to be a really fun league to watch, because that's where our lovely friend drafted Joe Burrow in the 12th spot.
That's hilarious. Nice to, semi say hello to you, NFL Mike. I know we've been working together, RotoWire and you, for this preseason, which has been really, really fun. So awesome stuff.
All right, like I'm gonna bring Stephanie on and see. Stephanie, can you talk or no? I'm wondering if your mic started working or not. Maybe. Okay. Doesn't sound like it. That's okay though. She's here. She's here. She's drafting. We're all here together. All right. So we have let's see. Wishlist. Oh, Wishlist is here. Our originator, our creator. Wishlist is the one that created the Queen's Ransom League. This wouldn't exist if it wasn't for him. Oh my God. He had the amount of people that were that showed up to those first 2 years, honestly, to the draft and to all the shows. Doing the draft order with him last year. If you guys want, you go back and find some really nostalgic stuff. Nicole, remember when he did in his underwear, he did the handsaw with the envelopes?
Is it Scotty?
Yes.
Yeah. He's the best.
So thank you, Wishlist, for Scotty, for being our creator, if you will. We've got touchdowns and tight ends is a must follow from NFL Mike.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
Let's see. Yeah, Wish that's all he wanted to do was create this so we could take over. So, and then I'm going with his Commanders. Yeah, I'm feeling good about him. Who would have thought? I was originally an Elgin Redskin as a kid, so it is now my turn to draft. Does anybody have a particular team that they are feeling pretty confident? Let me move the draft board down. Hold on, let me move this down. How are we feeling about which team? Who wants to point one out that we can kind of go over real quick?
I think we should look at yours, Amber.
There you go. Fully support that decision.
Well, I love the 2 running backs to start. I think, honestly, it's the best strategy of the draft. Anyone else who did that, it's probably pretty smart. Let's see. I mean, it's kind of like Zig versus Zag, right? I mean, everyone was taking receivers, so Amber and I did 2 running backs. But then she went with A.J. Brown, solid. It's going to be getting a lot of volume there with a solid team like the Eagles. And then Jaden Daniels, which was it one of you that said you don't like him?
Jaden, I don't think it was a like. I think it was just a questionable. Like, does he belong in the top
number
4?
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think I have to. This is something I have not done all season either, and I'm going to do it. I'm going with Flowers in the 6.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted Flowers, but I can't go too heavy on Baltimore.
Yeah, but it's like almost you can't help it with Baltimore, though. It's like you, like me personally, I automatically cling to Baltimore, KC, maybe throw the Chargers in there, maybe a little bit of Detroit. But I have to also remind myself it's a whole wide book of players, right? Let's not just gravitate to what I know. Let's give, I feel like, the underdogs a chance.
I never usually draft KC. Obviously, they're in my division. I am not a fan of them at all. But my last league, I went so heavy. I drafted 3 players from Kansas City, and I looked at my picks when it was over, and I was like, "What the hell did I just do?" Because now, like we were talking about earlier, every time there's a Charger Kansas City game, which is Friday, I want my fantasy team to do well, but I don't want them to win. So I don't know why I did that, but you know.
Oh, that's great. And that makes so much sense. And I'm glad you said that because, again, if you're there within the division and it's a division game for us or for like my team, yeah, it's not going to be a great outcome.
Who's your team?
Who do I go? I'm a Kansas City fan.
Oh, okay.
Girl,
Born and
you
raised
know
in
what's annoying? I keep
Chicago.
forgetting. Sorry, I'm taking forever, but I laugh. I
gave-
forget we're from the same city, and she's like claiming Kansas City now, and I'm like, great, this is amazing.
And that's only because I will say, don't get me wrong, I'm a Chicago fan all around, right? I just made the decision when the Bears got rid of, and
Justin
I'm drawing a
Fields?
blank. Yeah, Fields. That
you.
I'm like, you know what? That's it. It's only a repeated cycle with them. So I'm just gonna stick to who I've clung to since day one, and I've always been a Mahomes fan since he came out as a rookie, and that's just where my heart's been since. Unfortunately, with living in Chicago, I get a lot of sideway looks. I get a lot of lashback for it, but hey, maybe one day we'll be able to get back to the Super Bowl.
We'll get to something nice. I think we have some potential. I still think that we're gonna I don't think we're gonna go under 500 this year, but I think we're gonna the Bears will do decent, but we still need some work. So there's still a lot of work to be done. I'm gonna real quick jump in the chat. Football therapist, I actually follow you on all platforms. What a fun group of people in this chat to pop up on the recommended. Let's go. I do follow you on all platforms. So Amber Alert, you can find me, AmberAlertFF. And then obviously if you can like and subscribe, everybody out there that's watching, thank you for joining us. We actually started talking ball and like lost some viewers, which is really funny because I don't care. But I think we should just keep talking smack like we do, like the ladies we've been.
Probably losing those East Coast people because it's 10:30.
It is. I know. Well, you'd be surprised. Actually, our later shows actually do really, really well, which is interesting.
Really?
We get a lot of East Coast people too, that are usually the people that are on them.
I would have been asleep by now.
I know. I don't know if this year's a little different. Shot callers. Jawan just got another $3 million based on player incentives. Who grabbed Jawan? Let's see. Did I jump the gun? I did, didn't I?
Maybe.
Hold on. I think I jumped the gun. I gotta look. No, I didn't. Okay. Where am I missing? Okay. I can't. I don't see Jennings anywhere.
Is he? Maybe he's not picked. That's a little early. That's like.
I don't think so.
No, he's not picked yet.
Oh, did he drop off the board like that? Oh, NFL Mike, he misses Scotty. Oh, sad. And then, Mike said Team 4 is cooking. Look, Lauren, you're popular. I mean, granted, one was your husband, but that's okay.
We'll count it.
NFL Mike says that Casey will suck this year.
Oh no, the lies we tell ourselves.
Well, I mean, probably not though. Honestly, Taylor Swift.
He's a Chargers fan, just so you know.
Well,
hey, the Chargers are good too, though. Like the Chargers, I feel like are the underdogs. I feel like they're gonna be the team that one of these years are just gonna take it all the way.
One of these years.
One of these years. It's not
very nice way of saying that.
Right. One of these years.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are gonna win
decades.
Friday.
Considering I have their quarterback. Yep.
Well,
just so you guys know, so Stephanie, who is she's like was struggling with trying to get the sound to work on her computer. She said, "You keep taking my people." So apparently, I've been sniping the crap out of her. And that's it. That's what happens on the 1-2, right? Or the 11-12. So like Madi and Gina and I think, well, when you're on the ends, it's just you just have to be prepared, and that's another thing. Again, I know we're at the end of draft season, but I think it's really important to bring up the fact that like you really have to be prepared on the ends, especially to have a couple guys in mind.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's like, it sucks because you're like, oh yeah, they'll make it to me. And then they just don't.
Amber, maybe you should start having a queue. That could help.
I don't like queues because then I watch them fall and it feels like rejection. I have abandoned.
I've never done a queue either.
You know, I was just going to say that. Like, okay, because I heard you mention the queue in the beginning, right? Again, I'm new to the whole Sleeper app. So I'm like, okay, as everybody's going through, I'm adding people to my queue. And as they're getting to me, they're gone. And I'm like, oh, great. Okay, go back. So after like the third round, I'm like, okay, I got multiple players. They are not just taking this one. I'm not about to. So I'm actually enjoying the queue. However, I feel like it's going to be a love-hate relationship because when you build it, everything is just going to be, you're going to be left with your choices in the end.
It's rough. I don't like watching. I just don't like watching them disappear. And I think once you feel confident enough in at least the first like 12 rounds, after that, it's kind of like dart throws sometimes, depending, like, unless you get like those. Let's go back to Sam Laporte's first year, right? You're grabbing him in like the 16th round, and you're like, oh wow, you didn't know what was going to happen, but you were excited when it did, right? So, and like Baker last year, when Baker was, God, he was being drafted in like. I feel like he was 13th, but I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me in the chat. But yeah, grabbing Baker and then him just blowing out Liam Cohen, just blowing him out the water with 41 touchdowns. I don't know, man. That's crazy. Dev said Team 7 with my guy RJ. So that's you, Nicole, over there. RJ Harvey.
Oh, hey. Sorry.
Oh, hey. Oh, that's me. How are you feeling about Denver? How are you feeling about the run game over there with Bo Nix with legs? I mean, it feels like they've got some structure going on.
I think Denver's going to be good. They surprised me last year. I didn't think that they were going to do as well as they did. I still feel that they're not necessarily a rebuild, but it's a very young team. So I don't know. I think they're going to do well, though. We did our predictions yesterday, and I think for the first time in like 4 years, I predicted that they're going to win. They're going to beat us one time. So got faith in Denver this year. I like Bo Nix a lot.
It's hard with them in your division, too. So so obviously we know Lauren's an Eagles fan. We've got a Ravens fan, but we have a Chargers and a Chiefs fan on the stream. I'm pretty sure Stephanie's a Bears fan, but I don't know. Janae, Janae's a Saints fan, and I don't know actually if you're still on. If you're still in the chat, you know what? Real quick, hold on. Let's see if there's any chat going on in the actual chat, the sleeper chat, which I always find very confusing. I don't think so. Okay, yeah, we don't do that. When there's the sleeper chat for the actual draft, and I was like, I don't want to. I just don't want to do that.
Is there? I can't chat in this.
No, you would have to. Yeah, you have to go on YouTube and chat.
Got
so
it.
if you,
Okay.
I don't know. I would have to invite as a team, I think, or something.
No worries.
Like that. Ignore technical difficulties.
Again,
Again, I'm going to go back and say we're now we're at the hour, and we're working our way through, guys. We are going to go 10 rounds. We'll see how it goes on the next 2 rounds, and then we were going to stop, and then we will give you the update for the end of the draft. Depending on how everybody's feeling, because people might need to just pump the brakes. We could put it on like an hour or 2 hour clock and pause it overnight and get this done before it starts tomorrow for game time. But where was I going with that? Bo Nix. Let me bring up Bo Nix real quick, because obviously I was waiting for him to fall and get drafted. That's been my pick. I love that he went at the 7-12. He's been going for me. I've been at the 1, 2, or 3 spot, so I've had to grab him like early 7th or I've had to grab him in like the late 6th, early 7th round. To see him go 7-12 is really interesting to me. I'm feeling really good about this kid. I'm feeling really good about the Chargers, and about the Broncos, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I don't either. Our whole division right now, I'm not a Raiders fan either, obviously, but having Pete Carroll, I think, is exciting. I am interested in seeing how that goes, but I am a little nervous in our division. I think we've got a strong one.
All right, so we got Mike. He said, "Duh, Bears will be better than KC." I'm like, that's aggressive.
Wishful thinking for now.
I am happy you guys don't have Keenan Allen anymore. Not that he did much for the Bears, but I'm happy we have him back.
He did all right when he was there. All right, so let's see. We got Wish, love the turnout and the appearances. I can talk. It's fine. Appearances during the show. Thank you, Wish. All right, so Q is the breakup of fantasy football. I have anxiety over it. Does anybody else set a Q?
So I had a queue for my Yahoo League, and when you queued him up and I didn't make my pick, it didn't pick the person I queued.
I'm like,
I think
all
there's
over
definitely, I think there's definitely some issue with queues at times where it doesn't automatic. It should just automatically pick. So I think you have to queue and then auto pick.
Yeah.
I know the answers to this, guys. It's late. It's like, do you know how many articles we've all been writing and how many babies we've been feeding and how many babies we've been taking care of?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it just depends on the draft. Like, sometimes I'll queue people up, sometimes I don't. Like, if I don't know. There's just so many different like formats, and like it depends on who I'm in it with. If it's I do random drafts on Yahoo with strangers sometimes, and like, or if the kids are starting to wake up or not in bed yet, like I'll have some stuff queued up just in case because I might be distracted. But it really just depends. I'll do both.
So Ian says, Team 11, Madi, we're not coming for you because I'm going to come. All right. So Ian, we got to realize she's new. She's new to fantasy football. So we're working on some things. Okay. We're getting her in the mix. Watch, she's going to take us all down. So, and she also, don't assume we all have husbands. That's all I got to say about that.
See, I just queued up a bunch of people and they're all gone. So what was the point? See, hate it.
That's how I feel about it. So
look at them. That's like all these picks. Those are all my queue. How dare you?
It's like that episode of I don't know if you guys watch South Park, but he's like goes to the bank to put money in his bank, and he's like, and it's gone. And then he goes and puts more money. He's like, okay, well, give us more. And it's like, and it's gone. And that's what I think of. You see, like, and they're gone. And you're like, yeah, you just put them in, and then they go right back out.
Not fun. Not fun.
Yeah, so as I'm going through, I'm taking a quick look at everything. I really like what Erica's got going on. By the way, Erica Renee Davis, ERD 1908. That is our girl. She is. Oh, speaking of the devil. Oh Lord, let me bring her. Girl, let me stop here. Let me bring you in.
Hey, girl.
All right, hold on. Let me.
Hi,
All right, hold on. Did I move you up? Okay. So we're gonna let her do her pick in just a second here. As soon as Lauren picks. I'm going to give her a welcome, guys. If you guys have not followed Erica, let her do her pick. She is an on-air broadcaster for NASCAR and also works with us at FSAN. She'll have a show called Front Porch Fantasy coming out here, I believe, next week. I will double check on the date after she makes her pick. And she's going to bring some different conversation to fantasy football on the network. And let me tell you, I don't know. I'm going to let her introduce herself when the time is right because she is just an amazing.
But let me tell you, though, I'm like, who am I picking now that we're in round 1 million?
It's only round 8, girl.
Around 500,000. Okay, so I should have done my pick before I logged on.
You're
one
fine.
second. Because hi everyone. I'm like,
no, you're good. Take your time. Take your time. I can keep talking. So while you're picking your pick, we're not even paying attention to you. So Ashley is also new. So here's the deal, guys. I feel kind of bad because we do have some very new people to fantasy football, along with some people that have been doing this for some time. But the only way I feel like to do this is probably why I'm not a parent, is to throw them in the deep end. I was like, please don't let me get flagged for that. No.
That's funny. Okay, hold on. Okay. You know what? At this point, like you said, throw me in the deep end. I would like. My disclaimer is that yes, I have played fantasy football before. So I went to Georgia. I'm sure if you've seen anything that I've ever said in life, anywhere, ever, written or verbally, you probably heard me say that a trillion times. And I used to be in an all-guy fantasy football league that was like a bunch of like old school like UJ players, and we did it for a few years, and we didn't take it super seriously. I took it seriously when I won, but other than that, like we just kind of we just really half-assed it. Can I say half-assed, Amber?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's been a few years, and because it was such a half-assed job, at least on my part, I can earnestly say there's so much about fantasy that I don't know, like I don't get. My strong suit, my niche, whatever, my lane is betting. And there is a lot of overlap between betting and fantasy. So the obvious overlap, whatever. But like the knee deep into the fantasy world and the girls, so yes, I'm a newbie. Anything betting, ask me anything betting, and I got it. Anything
Listen,
fantasy, I'm a new girl. I'm a newbie.
And
So
it's so funny to hear you that, because I do parlay. I can second that when it comes to betting, right? Like, again, I've always been a sports fan and always watched football, basketball, especially I've just now recently got into like the college football. But anyways, say least is when I go to play, like the bets are spot on. So that's why it's like, yeah, I'm new this year. Yeah, I may have not listened or may have not watched all of the stuff going on in the summer, but hey, as soon as the season kicks off, oh, it's a whole nother ball game.
I think that's the thing about betting too, is that people, like for me, I had the wonderful experience of being asked to be in a documentary called Bet Like a Girl, and they've been filming, so they were filming for about a year and a half. They came to Nashville to my house twice. They made me watch a Bears game last season live. It was bad. It was all bad. But we ended up being able to watch Erica on stage talk about, I don't know, Erica, can you mute real quick, babe?
Oh shit, sorry, man.
No, you're good. No, I think it's just echoing. You're good. So anyways, I got to see Erica speak on responsible gaming on a panel at the FSGA in February, and let me tell you, I fell in love. First of all, became my best friend. We met by doing a TikTok in the bathroom, which is not something I do. So thank you. And then also, once I'm finished, I was like, I just think we were echoing, but your knowledge of the game and then bringing that into fantasy sports is so important, because the line is what matters, right? Like the line is what dictates how people move when it comes to players, like, and teams, like pick'ems and survivor pools and things like that. So Erica, if you want to elaborate on that and speak on that a little bit while I make my pick.
Yeah, you're totally right. We love at first sight for me and Amber. So if y'all didn't know, we go together. Me and Amber go together real bad. But yeah, if you follow betting even a little bit, what you will know is what we say in betting is that the lines tell the story, or the odds tell the story. And it's sometimes so scary to me how true that can be. Like, even as someone who's been in the space for almost 10 years now, pretty much working consistently, I am oftentimes fascinated about how spot on the books can be. And it's just, if you trust your research, I feel like I'm a little bit off. Hold on, let me see. Okay, that's a little bit better. If you trust your research, trust the analytics. I hate to say trust your gut, because I guess in betting it's not really about your gut. It's really more about the numbers, the stats, analytics. You can. Am I up?
Oh yeah, my bad, girl. I forgot to. Let me say something. Let her make her pick, and take your time. That's why we got 2 minutes. We'll figure it out. If we got to jump off and finish the draft, we will. But
no, it's you're on the clock, Amber. Oh no, it's me.
Yes, ma'am. It is. Real quick, while you're picking, take your time. You're good. So Ashley, we already did that. And then therapist did say Agbuka in the 8th will feed families. Rookie of the year potential. I agree. I think who ended up, that was you, Lauren, of course. Lauren, your team. Okay, let me go here. Ashley or Nicole, I'm sorry, says, sorry, ladies, had to jump. Great meeting you. For the record, Lauren, your team is giving me jealous vibes.
Thank you. Well, I'm about to draft my first QB finally now. I've been trying to wait really hard. It's not easy.
You've done a good job. All right, so Erica, real quick, now with that pick, talk about this pick. Let's talk about Adam Thielen. Like, how are you? Like, I mean, it's a no-brainer for the beginning of the season. Like, do you think he's going to eat, girl?
Well, let me tell you what I'm doing. I have to be completely honest. Yes, I do. But more than that, I literally have been going through Twitter since maybe since the expo, since the Fantasy Football Expo, the beginning of August, or so, beginning of last month, and bookmarking every fantasy football piece of advice, expertise, like y'all. I probably have, no exaggeration, like 30 bookmarks. And so to answer your question, why did I go him? Why did I go Thielen? Because one of my bookmarks told me to do it.
Look, I'm not mad at it. Look,
best thing I heard all day. So
yes,
listen.
old man Thielen is gonna eat.
And here is my logic. I feel like if I have like a baseline understanding, all you women who are diehard fantasy babes, bosses, you can be like, bitch, you're gonna be so wrong about this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I feel like if I have at least a mid team, then I myself study games, study lines enough all season, every season to be able to move stuff around to make it advantageous to me. At least that's what I'm thinking. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah,
I could be
that 100%. It's all about management at that point. If you can add people, drop, who to trade, whatever, you're gonna get far, girl. Oh, I don't want to be in a league with you. You know you're doing too much. No, that makes it more fun. I'm just kidding.
Oh, did Tasha bounced out too, huh? I was like, well, I'm like, am I missing anything? There's so many things. Okay, by the way, guys, if you guys don't know, like managing and producing a show and being on and doing it all, like it's a lot.
And you're hosting the draft. You're killing it, Amber. You're doing so good. Thank you for doing this.
I will tell you this. No, I appreciate you. I honestly, I don't like want to, like, I will soak up compliments because I've learned to be a lady where you take them, with grace. But like, I will say this, I was drafted at the Southern Bowling Green Fantasy Football Championship. And let me tell you, these Kentucky boys, it's a really interesting place to go. It's held at a conference center. It's a 2-day event. They hold this massive draft, and it's really interesting because a lot of people, they use this obscure site called Data Force FF, and it's like a fantasy football like drafting site for betting. A lot of betting, actually. Eric, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's pretty intense. There's a lot of money in this area, in this arena. But I will tell you, I talked to probably 70, 80 people. We had a booth set up there for Fantasy Sports Advice Network. And they, I would say probably at least a quarter of them, 25% of the people I spoke to directly have never used Sleeper or heard of it. And only 10 to 15% of people use it. So anyways, but we were drafting in person, and I'll finish on this is, they asked me, hey, can you FaceTime one of the guys that's in your league, in your division? Can you FaceTime him and help him do his draft picks? And I was like, what? Excuse me. So I did it. At one point I have my soda, I've got my snacks, I've got him on FaceTime. I'm plugging it into my computer so I can keep track of who's going, of like who's coming off the board. And the lady behind me was like, what is, you're a saint. I think ADHD serves me well, but I don't know about you guys.
Whatever works. I mean, just roll with it.
But yeah, if you guys haven't heard of it's SBFFC. I'm telling you, it's actually a pretty cool event. It's a really good time. It's $250, but it's a full day of food, drinks included. They've got 2 bars in the room. They've got booths. They giveaways, nonstop giveaways, and you're raising money for some really good causes. So that's next year, of course, but we'll talk about that later.
I need to chime in and say this. I used to always be a sucker for an open bar, but now that I'm getting a little bit older, y'all, 2-3 drinks in, I'm like, it's not even worth my money. And that's now how I feel about like all you can eat food. And I know I'm just taking this conversation way to the left.
You're a girl, it's fine.
I'm just like, how much can I really drink in this day and age? I will throw that out there. So okay.
Fair enough. Touché. I mean, that's a good point.
So on your Adam Thielen pick, Dev is very excited and happy. I'm not going to yell that because you're in my division, and I got to stop being excited about the teams in my division.
Yeah.
It's very sad. Fair. Do you ever get that way, Lauren, with like, and being an Eagles fan, I know it's really complicated. Like it should be like the way that I am with the Packers, but after fantasy has taken over my life, I just don't hate the Packers as much as I used to.
Oh, I hate the Cowboys, and like my kids, like my 5, 3, and 1-year-old know that we don't like the Cowboys as well. We actually just talked about it earlier tonight. We reviewed it before tomorrow night's game. Obviously, we're playing them for the opener. But I drafted Dak Prescott. I've drafted him in a lot of leagues, so it does suck. But like at the end of the day, I'm very competitive. I just want to do what's going to help me win. And like I said earlier, it's kind of hedging it for me. So Dak does well, Eagles lose, at least one thing's good, vice versa. It's also good. Hopefully Dak doesn't lose and the Eagles lose, because then I'm just really sad. But other than that, it is what it is.
So Nicole said, I keep wanting to say Ashley. So Nicole, sorry, I do that to you guys all the time. Nicole said I take it back, but I'm wondering what she was taking it back for. Oh, there's Tasha. Sorry, babe. I didn't see you down there. I'm wondering what she's taking back. If it's maybe because you picked Dak Prescott. Maybe. I don't know.
It's about not wanting to draft players against your favorite team, maybe.
Yeah, probably. And Deb's like, we're so happy to have Adam back. Honestly, I'm really glad that Thielen's back on the Vikings. I think it's a good move. He knows the system. And is that your phone, Tasha?
I am doing Sleeper on my laptop, and Marissa picked a kicker, and Sleeper went, "What the?"
Madi,
So-
okay, now I gotta yell at you. Why are you picking kickers in the 10th round, girl? Girl, I love you. Now I gotta call you out. No, I told you no yesterday.
I didn't realize my sound was on. So that is Sleeper, who will.
No, that's okay. It just sounded like a duck.
Yeah, it was like, what the? Yeah.
That's right. Watch.
To make Marissa feel better, I was in an all-women's league that was full of a lot of beginners, and I played with some women who were taking multiple kickers and taking kickers very early, and so don't worry.
No, it's okay. I'm not trying to make her feel bad. I'm like, that's my girl. I love you to death. I was like, I was like, make sure you don't pick defense and kickers too early, is all I said, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, technically not early anymore.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, we're on the back half.
Well, I'll tell you this, and this all goes back into whoever's actually paying attention to us. It goes back into the idea of how many rounds, right? I'm so used to 23 to 35 rounds that I'm like 15 rounds. I'm like, oh, is it like we still have like 9 more to go after that? And thank God we don't.
It's a little early.
Which is exactly why me, the newbie, was like, oh my God, we're in millionth round. You're like, girl, we're just getting started.
I was like, oh Lord. All right, so let's go back real quick. So we got Rachel, who is she's been back. I think this is her 3rd year back. So we've got Christian McCaffrey, Puka Nacua, Breece Hall, Mike Evans, Patrick Mahomes. That's a homer pick for sure, because her and I got a couple people in my life that I know who they're gonna pick. So Mahomie is always gonna make it to their team. Tyreek Hill, just because I think that value in the 6th round, regardless of what's going on with him, it's still Tyreek Hill. Mark Andrews, decent pick for the 7th. I think he might have fell. We'll see. I mean, again, this draft is very like finicky, like how we're all drafting. Rashee Rice suspended 6 games, but he's your wide receiver 4. So I'm not mad at it, right? Khalil Shakir and now Ramondre Stevenson. Anybody have any thoughts on how they feel about this team? I think it's well balanced. I've got some question marks, but again, this is the over analyzing in me that is question marking things. Does anybody feel pretty good about that team? Anyone?
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at my other league.
Sorry. I'm studying who I'm drafting next. So sorry, but whatever.
No, you're good.
I trust
I'll
you.
go back into it and I'll say this. The McCaffrey pick, like I said, at the 9th, I think is acceptable. Nacua obviously is, he's going to perform. I'm worried about Stafford, and his back situation. Epidural isn't going to save him from a herniated disc.
Okay, but can I say something on the homer front with Stafford? Well, Stafford and Stetson, the bulldog that I am.
Yes.
I've seen firsthand and have watched season after season of Stetson be that guy. So if for some reason Stafford's back is a real issue, more of an issue than the Rams organization is letting on to be, I have full faith. Again, this is totally homer, totally biased, whatever. But I have full faith that Stetson will put in the work, will continue to put in the work to to make sure that the targets that are supposed to be getting their touches get their touches. So, I mean, again, I know Stafford is, quarterback 1. I know he's the one with the Super Bowl ring. It's not Stetson. Stetson's whole journey, Stetson's whole career has been about his moxie and about his intangibles. But that's gotten him there. That's gotten him to the big dance, and he was able to stay there even after having all the off-field issues last year. They believed in him enough to make sure that he had a chance to compete. So I'm saying all that to say, if Matt is out, I think the Rams are in good hands enough until he gets back with Stetson.
So I actually do feel you. I think that it's Bennett, right? Yeah, Bennett. Because I love that you're calling him Stetson. I love that. Because I call everybody by their first name all the time, and they're like, "Do you know them?" I'm like, "Yes, everyone personally. off. But are we worried about Jimmy G though being the QB2? I'm not too concerned. I feel like he's just kind of there to be pretty, maybe because it's LA.
Is it? He is.
I love Jimmy G. I think he can definitely ball out. He's proven himself, at least for a little bit. I mean, has he got to do it for a whole season? No. Hopefully, maybe not. But he can definitely do it for some time.
Who got so Gina, so this is, I think, is this therapy? Oh, no, Wish. Yeah, Wish list. Trey Benson, I know Wish is really high on him. I'm really high on him this year as well. So let's jump in. Since we just jumped into Rachel's team, we'll jump into Gina's team. I know everybody's so tired because we're heading up on an hour and a half coming up here soon. But if we can push through, how would you guys feel about changing it to a minute? Is that wild, or are we just going to roll with the two?
That'll make it go by way faster.
All right, ladies, I need you to comment in the chat if a minute's okay, because I feel like a jerk being like, it's a minute now. So the Trey Benson pick, I think that's wonderful. I mean, you get him all the way in the 10th. James Conner did great last season, but I think that's a matter of like we're dealing with this regression issue again. It's very you cannot emulate and do that twice. I think it's like Saquon. I don't know if that can happen again. I'm not saying it couldn't, but I don't know if it can. Baker Mayfield, I don't know if it can happen again. The same thing that happened last year. We know it can't. The same exact thing isn't going to happen, but there's going to be some regression. And I think James Conner's never been healthy through a full season except for last year. So like we have Trey Benson coming up, ringing up the rear. They're creeping up on the come up. So I think Gina made a really good choice with that. And then still I can't get over this Bo Nix in the end of the 7th. I'm jealous actually because I went Jaden early. I never go order a quarterback that early. I thought it was my turn. I was like, look, this is what we're doing. All right, so on the turn, ladies, we're going to change the timer. So after we get to Stephanie, we're going to switch it over to a minute so we can all go to sleep because we got some East Coast girls here. Tasha's falling asleep as we speak. Lauren's like, please get me off this live. I'm kidding. And then
I got a little time.
Oh, good. They're all in the chat. Look, do it. We got, do it. Yes, 1 minute.
Blowing up right now. I love it.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. I love it. All right, now it's my turn. Let me do this real quick, and then we can. So, Comedy. Who's familiar with Comedy in this group? I think there's a few of us. She just texted me and she says, "Bruh, how many leagues are you in?" And I said,
"Don't ask that. Don't ask that question."
Girl, I don't know. Honestly, I don't. I'm scared.
I know. I was just talking about this. Like, I'm gonna be so stressed tomorrow trying to set all my lineups and stuff. Oh my gosh, I can't.
How many is too many? I don't even think I know how many is too many.
Yeah, I'm feeling some type of way. I'll tell you that.
I'm trying to get over 5 lineups to set. I start to get annoyed, but I'm way past that.
Yeah.
Okay, Amber, make your choice. I don't have this much time on the next round. All right, you know what?
Yeah, we're going to be a minute in.
I know. That's why I was like, I got to be quick. Okay.
I like Michael Pittman. I do like Michael Pittman.
So as soon as Stephanie makes her second, let me pause it. Pausing the draft. There we go. Okay. We are going to switch this over to 1 minuto. Save. Hey, look, I know what I'm doing. All right. There we go. Let me text her. I think she's smart enough to pay attention. Oh, there we go. Now it's my turn. I love you guys. I appreciate you all jumping in and hanging out and supporting the show.
Yeah.
Thanks for
what? This is going to be kind of crazy, but I need a little piece of him, even though it's a third Washington Commander on my team. But I want a little piece I want a piece of Bill, guys.
Very trendy of you.
I want a piece of Bill.
I love it. It's fun.
She said, "Light up fire." Janae, Janae, I wish she was here, you guys. She's the best. She literally sat and co-hosted with me for an entire season with kids running around in the background, husbands at work, and doing what he had to do. Like, yeah, wild.
I'm just going to start reaching a little bit here. I just got to get the guys I want in case I fall asleep.
I know. Like I said, I appreciate you guys. I was trying to be supportive of our West Coast people who have things to do. If we started draft at like 6:30, it's 4:30 You know, I remember being
It's hard
the
to coordinate all the different time zones for sure.
Yeah. Like Tasha, so we just went out to LA. So we were with Erica and Tasha and me with Football Sexy. We were out there and all of us together. Tasha's like, it's like midnight for me. And it was like 9. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, it's rough.
And we were up till like midnight. So I was like the first night I was technically up to like 2 or 3.
3, yeah, for sure. And then we were up at like, and then we were up at 4. Oh, it's good times.
Amber,
all right.
lady. Oh, can I jump in real fast?
Yeah, get in here, girl. Get in there.
Girl, I'm getting ready to log off, ladies. My makeup is sliding all over my face, as you can see. That primer did not do shit for me today. I'm an oil ball, which is fine. Whatever.
I will say I am very familiar with you guys hitting the worst season as we're hitting our beautiful season. So LA, August and September is nasty. I don't like
it. Y'all. I mean, it's like 90 degrees every day. And regards to my folks in the South who've been going through like the 105-degree heat wave every day for like the summer. But 90 degrees in LA, we're very spoiled. If it's 71, we're complaining that it's too hot. If it's 69, we're complaining that it's too cold. So at 90, we're losing our shit. So
I was there. It felt so good because it like in Florida, every day it was like 92 feels like 112, feels like 118. I'm like, it's miserable, miserable.
It's a lot. It is a lot. Let me jump in. All right, Erica, you have a wonderful night, my love. Thank you for popping in, saying hi, introducing yourself. You know you're going to be on the show.
I need my fantasy expo, my fantasy football expo shirt, which is pajamas. See it?
Yeah, it is a comfy shirt.
My Canton swag. Okay, ladies, I'll see y'all soon.
Oh, Brandon also says hello.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon. Bye, guys.
So Nicole's asking if we have an IR spot. We do. We have. I believe I gave us 2, which is a little much for as you know, small as our teams are, but that's all right. And then wish list, visit Spilled Coffee. So if you guys have start sit questions, if you are not sure about some injuries, we are literally live up until the game starts. So come check us out, and that'll be 11 Central, 12 Eastern, up until game starts. So, and then you also have breakfast with Biggs right before that. It's a half an hour before, and Biggs is pretty knowledgeable. He's going to give you like the stat lines. We're just going to yell and make everything ridiculous. So you have your choices.
That sounds fun. I love it.
All right, Madi, how you doing over there, babe? I want to hear from the first timer on Sleeper. I want to hear how you're doing. Are you live? Oh, it's almost her turn. Oh, wait, where'd she go? She disappeared. All right, never mind. Okay, I don't know what's going on with my screen, but it's not. All right, we're getting there, kids. We're getting there. All right, I think what we're going to end up doing, we'll get through one more round and we'll log off and finish offline because it is late. And I think everybody's.
And tomorrow is it. I'm so excited. It's going to be Christmas morning when we wake up.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to try some.
Amber, come back.
Okay. I know, right? I was like, I don't know what's going on with my screen and I don't want to refresh it. So here we are. Let's see. My screen's doing a weird thing here. Can I stop sharing one? Oh, that didn't work. Hi.
Hi.
That's all right. Whatever. We're going to have to deal with the way it is because, oh, look who's in the chat, guys.
Wow.
Monica.
Well, is she for real?
She is, yeah. So she's coming a little late. So I'm going to tell you guys one thing. So Monica is the CEO, the founder of Football Sexy. She is going to be a co-manager with me, and we are going to teach her fantasy football. She knows ball, but fantasy football is really important. So we're going to teach her how to play all the way through the season, and we're going to make magic happen. So that's what we are all about here, Fantasy Sports Advice Network, Football Sexy. We're doing all the things when it comes to making sure that you know everything you need to know to survive in fantasy sports and regular sports. So.
In life. I'm just kidding.
In life. Yeah. I can teach you how to life a little bit. I don't know if you wanted that from me. I'll just let you know that.
Touche.
This is where we're getting delirious. All right. Delirious. I do like this 12th round Drake May pick though as well. That's amazing. That value is insane.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right, let's go through one more team. All right, so Lauren, since you've gotten so much praise, we got to go through the team, girl. Let's do this now. So we've got Bijan Robinson, Bucky Irving, JSN, George Kittle, Worthy, Pickens, Johnson, Egbuka, Prescott, Judkins, Goddard. All I can say about your team, and this will sum it up, is value, 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 value.
Yeah, I mean, again, I said it earlier, like Zig, when there's Zag, I just tried to kind of, like we both started off with 2 running backs. There's so many receivers off the board really early, and normally that's not the case. So I was just like, let's start with 2 running backs. I normally like to go running back and receiver. It was my first 2 picks, but in this case, I saw Bucky, and I was like, I'm going to take him. And then, Kittle, I love to grab him, especially if he falls to me in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever round. Like, I just think that he's a great value this year. He's going to get a lot of volume. And Caleb Johnson, Jim Coventry's really hot on him this year. He's a great analyst for RotoWire, and I respect a lot about what Jim says, and he makes a lot of really good points about Caleb Johnson. Really, probably is going to get a lot of volume as well. Might not be the number 1 overall guy day to day, but he's going to get there. So we'll see. I like the Prescott and Pickens stack, maybe, hopefully, if they're good, but I hate them for the Eagles. And then I got Goddard in there to sneak in someone from the Eagles. So we shall see.
Yeah. I just can't get over the amount of value you have getting. So George Kittle, who right now technically is like the wide receiver 1 for the 49ers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Worthy, who is nothing but upside, considering we have a Hollywood Brown, who I don't want to call him Mr. Glass, but I mean, that injury last year was such an anomaly. I've had an AC tear before, and like that, the one that he had could have literally killed him. So like the fact that he survived it and was able to even come back in the season is nuts. So all of these situations are just leading to, I'm just looking, Judkins is going to get signed. I don't care what anybody says. I drafted him really early yesterday in a league, and everybody's like, oh, Judkins. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like he's going to get signed.
He will. Honestly, I have Jerome Ford in some leagues too, and it's like, whatever. They're both going to get work when he does get signed, regardless. So let's just see.
All right,
we're all right until we're wrong. So
right, exactly. So hold on. She said, "Don't judge." Oh, there's no judgment, girl. We're here to just represent. That's what we're here to do that. So she teaches people ball. We'll teach fantasy ball, and we're all going to work it out together. And then so who is? Oh God, hold on. What is this? Who is
Monica?
Oh yeah. So Nicole and Ashley say, "What's up, Monica? You met Ashley in Vegas." So, and then Nicole is there. So, who is Maddie, and why is she stealing Dicker and Chargers? I got to talk to my friend. We're gonna get her fixed. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. And then touchdown and tight ends can't have a Dicker on their team. Thank you, Scotty, for staying awake. I cannot believe you're awake either. That's wild. I don't even know what to do with it. Scotty works at like 3 a.m. or something. I don't know. All right, this last round, we're gonna close it down. I'm gonna pause the draft, and then we'll go back and finish the last 2 rounds. But I know everybody wants to see it. But you know what we'll do? We'll feature it on socials. What do we got here? You know what? I'm sure somebody's seen that show. I hope. If you haven't, then it is what it is. But
no.
So it's the Bill Burr cartoon show on Netflix. Check it out. Hilarious, by the way. You know what? If you like Bill Burr, you're gonna love it.
Amber, you're supposed to watch K-pop.
Oh no, I haven't. No, I watched it at my friend's with her kid. Crap, you guys, I suck. All right, what am I doing?
You got 23 seconds. That's what you're doing.
I know. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do this.
You know what?
Very nice.
Yeah, I don't think we can make it another 2 rounds, guys. We're like slightly dying, right?
I'm okay.
What do you
I'm
guys
trying
think?
to like keep my. I'm like, oh, I have like 4 people in a bye week on week 8, and like that's where my mind's going. Like, wait, I haven't even picked up a defense. All the defenses are gone. I was like, geez, Louise.
They are gone.
So that was where my mind was going. Of what do I got? What do I still need? And where are my buys? And why? What am I doing?
Well, and I feel like so we have 3 rounds left. All right. She has them in 2 others. Oh, okay. So she has got Dicker on 2 other leagues, which is fine. All right. We've got Marco. Who do I pick in my draft at round 4? Scatabo, Dobbins, Stevenson, or Javante? I'm sorry, but we're not grabbing Javante in the 4th or Stevenson.
Unless it's like a 20 billion team league.
Yeah. How many teams? Can we get some context? All right. So as we head into the season, I'm going to throw out a PSA, guys. As we head into the season, we are going to throw out a PSA of context in your chat. There's nothing against you, Marco. I'm just letting everybody know before the season starts. Give us how many people are in the league, and if there's any special scoring. Does everybody agree?
I feel like everyone he said is on my team. So like, if you, I know a lie. So Williams, I took in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I took Dobbins in the 8th. I took Scatamo in the 9th. So if that gives you I didn't take Stevenson, but
I was gonna take the Packers, Erica.
But Stevenson went in the 10th. So
real quick, Alan. Thank you, Alan, for joining us. I appreciate you supporting. I really do. I can't thank you enough. All right, so RB4. Dev, what are we talking about, Dev? Running back 4. As your running back 4.
Got it.
I was like, wait, and sorry, this is what happens when it's too late. Thank you, Dev, for clarifying. I appreciate you. Also, again, just till the PSA does exist, make sure you give context to what the league looks like. But all right, so RB4, Scatabo, Dobbins, Stevenson, or Javante. You know what? I'm looking at. I like the Scatabo situation. Depending on who your first 3 are, depending on if you have 3 down backs or what your situation is. I like Scatabo. He's a powerhouse. He can break tackles. Javante, I'm still kind of in and out on. I don't think he's going to be a bad look. I can't roll with Dobbins. He's too risky for me. We could go based off last season, but it's not last season. So, anybody else have any thoughts on this?
Well, with Dobbins, I think that was part of the reason why he had, kind of had to leave the Ravens, just because, except for, Derrick Henry, who is an anomaly in himself, the way that John Harbaugh would do the plays, it wasn't one person was getting the plays. And JK just felt like he wasn't getting enough of the plays that he wanted. That's why he left. So I think last year you could go off of that. Just because even when you're thinking of on the Ravens, besides Derrick Henry, it's really a toss-up between Hill and Mitchell, and that's how the whole Ravens was before Derrick Henry came about. So I would go based off of last year with J.K. Dobbins. I think he's amazing.
I like him too. I think he has a lot of potential. I mean, he's technically our RB1 there, so the Broncos.
So I think are we leaning Scatabo and Dobbins, I think, is where we're leaning. And I think that the 2 out of 3 say Dobbins. So we're going Dobbins, Marco. And I apologize for I sounded like an asshole. I wasn't trying to be one, I swear.
No, never.
Wasn't trying to be one, I promise. All right. Go Bird Zion says, all these kings in the chat. Zion, Marco. I like these names. These are great. Go Birds. How you doing, ladies? Just got done with my podcast. So coming here to bring my full support. Thank you. Literally every view, hit that like and subscribe. Go check out the merch shop, you guys. FSAN.shop. We've got Queens 20 available till midnight. You can get that on any piece of the store. We do have free shipping over $75 right now. And, we've got some great gear in there if you want to buy your lady something, or if we have some really funny shirts, sweatshirts. I mean, winter is coming. I'm just saying. So, what do we got? Trey Benson. Here we go. This is wish list. Man, he's really big on Benson this year. I love it. Let's see. Gonna be a top 10 back second half of the season. So I drafted him last year like he was gonna be a top 20 back last year, but I digress. Dev agrees. And you look forward to meeting us. Sweet. Are we meeting somewhere? Is this happening? I'm okay with it. See, there we go, Marty. That Cole Kmet pick's not bad, but you now have 3 tight ends. But that's okay. I love you because this is good. We've got Nick Chubb, who I think is really going to make some magic happen over there in Houston. And he doesn't necessarily have to do it all by himself. And by the time Mixon gets back, they can keep him safe where he doesn't have to be that workhorse back all season long. I like Pacheco this year. I don't know how everybody's feeling. Obviously, that's we have some homer pick stuff going on, but Pacheco is now a year removed from this injury that he had. This, I think it was the tibia or fibula. I think it was a fibula. This was the small one, the small bone in your calf, in your leg. So it takes a while to heal. Did I lose everybody?
No, I'm still here.
I know. It's getting slow. All right, I'm going to do one more recap. So we've got, who are we missing still? So we did, let me go over here to Stephanie. So we're going to go to our first pick. Jamar Chase. It's a clear, obvious, easy answer, I think, there. Even though I think I know her and I don't think she wanted to do it, but it's kind of like, you got to, right? So, because if you're going to have to wait on a receiver to come all the way back around, you're not going to get the best of the best. So I understand that 101 had to be Chase this year. Jonathan Taylor, Kyron Williams. I'm not, I feel confident in both of those players. Jalen Hurts, we already know the Eagles are a beast of a team, and I think that he's still going to be able to put in work. Tush Push is still in, so we're going to get them TDs. And I think he's just developing well. Lauren, what do you think? Like, Jalen Hurts is just developing so well as he gets older.
Yeah, he seems to have like a really good mindset. Like, I love how like kind of calm he has his presence, but he does make me a little bit nervous too. There's just so many games where like I just felt like there was too much attitude on the field. Like, what were those dynamics? There's a few games like AJ Brown's reading a book on the sidelines. I hope we don't get back into that mode, but otherwise, I mean, if we can just stay like focused, I think we'll be solid. But I always get nervous. I also don't want to jinx them. I'm super.
Oh, it's your pick. Hold on. I just want to let you know it's your pick. I didn't want you to lose that.
Well, do I get my kicker now? I mean, there's none left. So
yeah, right. Oh yeah, just realized. I was
y'all love your kickers, huh?
So Zion, incognito. So incognito Zion is actually, so Alec is going to be on the show, not next week, but maybe the week after. We'll figure it out. But him and I have chatted, and he's got a really great concept in the way that he thinks about fantasy football. So I'm really looking forward to having him on the show, guys. And obviously we'll promote it beforehand so you guys know. I think that everybody's going to be able to pull some really great information and some great tactics for how they move through the season and how they set their lineups just by his information. We had a really good conversation the other day. So
no, I auto drafted. Dang it. Sorry, it was the
That's okay. Well, here's the deal. You just got Jaden Reed in the 14th, and that's not bad, honestly. It's not a bad look.
I forgot we changed the pick clock. Might be.
That's okay. And I felt bad because I was talking to you and I was like, oh no.
Okay. I'm just awake.
Yeah, we're totally awake. It's fine. All right, tight end. I got 4 options to pick: 12-man Kraft, Goddard, Ferguson, Kincaid. Oh, it's my turn. All right, you guys think about that real quick.
I'm thinking. I don't even know what's happening.
We're going with, so he's got 4 options to pick in a 12-man league: Kraft, Goddard, Ferguson, Kincaid.
Well, Goddard's like way down in ADP from those guys. Not way down, but he's pretty well. No, Kincaid's. I don't even know. Goddard's down far enough. I think you could probably get another positional player before you get to him if you can risk it. I agree. But I'm a Birds fan, so I'm a little biased.
I'm in on Kraft this year. And again, he's going a little bit higher. Let's see where he went for us. All right, so he's going in the 7th. So again, I mean, if you want to wait on Goddard, I'm feeling comfortable in that decision. But I like grabbing Kraft depending on who you're drafting with, and I'm assuming they're pretty savvy. So
you know what? I got Goddard in the 11th in this draft, and then
right. I feel like this draft's a little different. We had tight ends going in weird places, but ultimately, I'm really big on Kraft, and then my next man up would be Kincaid, because I can't give up on him. I can't give up on him.
I drafted him several times this year. I really hope he can pull through.
All right, we're on the last round, guys. We are here. Finishing this out strong. I love all you ladies so much. Did we run over? I want to talk about, let's see. All right, Janae, we got to talk about your team. Schmoopy, my girl. This is our Saints fan. So St. Brown, Jacobs, T. Higgins, Kenneth Walker, Baker Mayfield, Hawkinson, Tracy, Golden, Jennings, Ford, Eagles, Murray. I like it. I'm feeling comfortable. My question mark, I know everybody's feeling they're feeling differently regarding, who did she get? Oh, Mooney. T. Higgins this year. Yes, he signed a contract. Every time he steps on the field, something happens, in my opinion. So I'm a little worrisome about that. But Kenneth Walker, I don't like Tracy as her fourth running, her third, her RB3. But Hawkinson's going to eat the beginning of the season with Thielen. Baker Mayfield can't go wrong. He's still going to regress on touchdowns, but it doesn't mean he's going to regress. He's got an all-star team behind him. And Matthew Golden. I think everybody's sleeping on Golden. So, yeah. We're almost there, kids. As we finish this out, we're almost there. Everybody who joined in, everybody who's got their phones watching or pretending that they're watching, which I love. We appreciate you so much. The draft is over. All my ladies who are here, Lauren and Tasha, I can't thank you enough for staying all the way through and being here with my ridiculous self.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Oh, let me get rid of this off the screen. And then all of our fine gentlemen and kings that jumped in, Joe, Dev, Wishlist, thank you for creating this. And we'll catch you next week, Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Central, 9:30 Eastern. Oh, I don't like that, but that's where it's got to be. And we'll be back with all of your post waiver wire questions, trades. I'm ready to talk week 1.
I'm ready.
All right. I'm ready for bed.
Tomorrow's a big day.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for joining us. And if I can figure out how to end the stream, we'll be good. A little rusty. It's all good.
Been a year.
All right. We're going to go ahead and count it out. If I can get this thing to work. Hey.